Venice illuminated by the light of St. Mark. A city upon the water, built upon wooden foundations in the heart of the sea. A city that safeguarded a trust it never sought and preserved a treasure it didn't plant with its own hands. Since the year 828 AD, the holy relics of St. Mark the Apostle, the evangelist of the Egyptian lands and founder of the Coptic Church, have rested in the heart of this city. Venice may not realize that it carries Egypt within its depths, but Egyptians certainly do. On May 4, 2026, His Holiness Pope Tawadros II arrived at Venice International Airport, coming from Vienna after concluding his pastoral visit to Austria. This marked the third stop in an international pastoral tour that began in Istanbul, continued to Vienna, and now arrived in Venice, the city that quietly holds within it a profound Coptic mystery. Welcoming His Holiness upon arrival were His Grace Bishop Mark, Bishop of Paris and Northern France, His Grace Bishop Abraham, General Bishop of the Diocese of Los Angeles, His Grace Bishop Giovanni, Bishop of Central Europe and Overseer of the Patriarchal Headquarters in Venice. Immediately upon his arrival, His Holiness proceeded to St. Mark's Cathedral in Venice, the headquarters of the Coptic Orthodox Patriarchate in Europe, where he offered the prayer of thanksgiving. This patriarchal headquarters is far more than a building. It was inaugurated by His Holiness Pope Tawadros II in October 2023, and on the following day, His Holiness consecrated its cathedral bearing the name of St. Mark the Apostle. On the evening of Monday, May 4th, His Holiness inaugurated the Conference of the Dioceses of the Coptic Orthodox Church in Europe, America, and Australia, the largest Coptic ecclesiastical gathering in the diaspora. 30 metropolitans and bishops, including members of the Secretariat of the Holy Synod, gathered for 3 days of discussions, planning, and vision casting. In his opening address, His Holiness focused on the Church's future vision and how it may continue serving his children abroad while presenting to them the true image of spiritual fatherhood. Tuesday, May 5th and Wednesday, May 6th included morning sessions featuring presentations of the conference outcomes. 6 specialized working groups presented their final recommendations concerning monasticism and monasteries, consecrated service, educational institutes, ecumenical relations, ministry and pastoral care, the relationship with the Mother Church. These were not merely routine meetings. They were a roadmap for the Church beyond Egypt, a church spread across dozens of countries and serving millions around the world. On Thursday, May 7th, the conference concluded with its final session, during which His Holiness delivered a lecture entitled with one single word: Fatherhood. His Holiness spoke from the depths of his heart, affirming that what truly builds the Church is the paternal heart, the heart capable of embracing others with unconditional love. He emphasized that the younger generations in the diaspora need a father who understands their struggles and challenges more than they need an administrator or director. Spiritual fatherhood, he explained, is the only guarantee for preserving the Church's vitality across generations. 5 days of work concluded with one word that encapsulated everything: Later that evening, His Holiness Pope Tawadros II presided over the Vespers prayers for the Feast of St. Mark the Apostle inside the cathedral bearing the saint's name, the headquarters of the Coptic Orthodox Patriarchate in Europe, joined by all the metropolitans and bishops from Europe, America, and Australia. The children celebrated Saint Mark the Apostle and the successor of Saint Mark the Apostle. His Holiness spoke about Saint Mark.
ده يوم فريد في تاريخ كنيستكم النهارده. أول حاجة بنتذكر المتنيح مثلث الرحمات الأنبا كيرلس مطران ميلانو. وبنتذكر اهتمامه الكبير ان يكون في كنيسة وكاتدرائية، وحط بذرتها الأولى هنا وكملها نيافة أنبا جيوفاني وكبرها وبقت جميلة بالصورة دهيت. سنة 23 دشنا الكاتدرائية دهيت وقلنا كده ندشن كاتدرائية الأقباط الأرثوذكس على اسم القديس ماري مرقس الرسول الطاهر والشهيد في مدينة فينيسيا بإيطاليا، وبقت هي زي مركز. والنهاردة بيتحقق حلم جميل إن الآباء من بلاد كتيرة ييجوا يجتمعوا ويقعدوا ونصلي بكرة إذا أراد ربنا وعشنا القداس، وناخد البركة بتاعة أولا هذه الكنيسة ثم القديس العظيم ماري مرقس في عيد استشهاد.
On Friday, May 8th, His Holiness, together with 30 metropolitans and bishops, celebrated the Divine Liturgy at the Patriarchal headquarters in Venice. The congregation rejoiced in the feast of Saint Mark the Apostle, while His Holiness reflected on 5 defining characteristics in the ministry of Saint Mark.
القديس ماري مرقس عندما بدأ خدمته ابتدى بالبشر، وده الخادم الناجح. الحاجة التانية إنه ابتدى يهتم بالتعليم. الحاجة التالتة إنه مادام عمل مدرسة ويعلم فيها لازم يعمل منهج. المنهج بقى اللي هنتعلمه، هذا المنهج هو ما نسميه اليوم إنجيل ماري مرقس، أو الإنجيل بحسب ما كتبه القديس مرقس الرسول. الحاجة الرابعة اللي عملها هذا الخادم الناجح أنه اهتم بالصلوات، فوضع لنا صلوات القداس. الحاجة الخامسة بقى أن هذا القديس صار لنا قدوة، فنال إكليل الشهادة في شوارع الإسكندرية، وعشان كده البابا بيحمل لقب بابا الإسكندرية.
Following the liturgy, His Holiness held a meeting with the priests of the Diocese of Milan and later with their wives. He reassured them regarding their ministry in Italy and spoke to them about a subject touching every person who lives in the light of resurrection and its transformative power in the life of a priest. The Feast of Saint Mark from inside Saint Mark Basilica. Saturday morning, May 9th. In the year 68 AD, upon the soil of Alexandria, Saint Mark was martyred for the sake of the name of Christ. And since the year 828 AD, his holy relics have rested in the Italian city of Venice. His Holiness Pope Tawadros II celebrated the Divine Liturgy inside the historic Basilica of Saint Mark, upon the altar located above the relics of the saint himself. Joining His Holiness were 30 metropolitans and bishops, celebrating together the founder of Christianity in Egypt, after whom the Coptic Orthodox Church was named. Members of the Coptic community from Venice and across Italy poured into the Basilica to witness this historic and deeply spiritual moment. In his homily, His Holiness carried the congregation on a journey through church history, presenting 4 examples from among the saints commemorated during the month of May.
إن احنا نصلي النهارده في هذه الكنيسة ونأخذ بركة القديس العظيم ماري مرقس الرسول، ونتذكر جهاده ونتذكر تعبه ونتذكر كراسته اللي نقل بيها الإيمان بالمسيح لنا في مصر.
Following this celebration, His Holiness visited the Roman Catholic Archbishop of Venice, Monsignor Francesco Moraglia, in a meeting marked by warmth, fraternity, and mutual affection.
بالأمس احتفلنا بتذكار القديس مرقس الإنجيلي في الكنيسة القبطية في فينيسيا. كنا سعداء للغاية أن نصلي وفي الإفخارستيا مع القديس ماري مرقس الإنجيلي بالأمس واليوم.
At the close of Saturday, at 8 that began with the Divine Liturgy above the relics of St. Mark, His Holiness Pope Tawadros II concluded his visit to Venice and departed for Croatia, the 4th and final destination of his pastoral tour abroad. 6 days in Venice were never merely a visit. They became days in which the future of the Church across 3 continents was prayerfully shaped and thoughtfully envisioned. They were also moments spent beside the resting place of the Apostle, where the Church renewed her connection to her origins and rediscovered the depth of her apostolic roots. And through every step of the journey, the hand of God continued to work faithfully, quietly, and powerfully across every nation and throughout every generation.